It's going to be a doozy. I have to get my lips, get my voice ready. Biggies, ladies, gentlemen, fans, coaches from all over the globe, young and old, welcome to the Bigs Week 16 recap show. As always, I'm your host, I'm your commissioner, I am Timmy Westside, and it is my goddamn honor to be here with you all, giving you this week's recap. The crescendo is coming. We're building to it. What happened this week? Well, the war rages on. A ticket was punched. And the showdown of destiny is coming next week. No spoilers. No spoilers, so let's get into it all right away. And let's start with, we have to. He earned it. He's earned it all year. He's going to earn it one more time this week. The Borland Backhanders are champ, taking on Burt Macklin's squad. The Borland Backhanders take them down 204.2 to 197.2. Close game. We're going to start with our winner, with our champ. He is now 11-5 on the year. And really, this game was tight. I was nervous for reasons. We'll get into it. Larry was nervous. No spoilers. But this game, this matchup was really won on Friday and Saturday by Shawner. In those 2 days, Sean's team scored 71.1 points, and Jake put up 26.5. Jake actually had a strong Sunday, scoring like 42 points, but you can't come back from that. 72 points over 2 days. How are you? Keep the change. Shawner did it with his goalies were a tale of two cities. Shesterkin led the way on his team with 19.1 points. And Anderson got 10.6 points. However, his other two, Saros went 0-2, and Smith, who had been splitting starts, I guess the Oilers are splitting starts with Koskinen still. They played poor games. He only played 2. He went 1-1. So 9 games started, 36.6 points. Kind of left the door open for Jake. But again, his team hits over 200 points. And when that's your off week, not clicking, you're doing something right. He needed it because there's another gentleman on his heels. No spoilers. We'll get into it later. Let's talk about Jacob. Jacob, hard-fought loss. It seems you've got a lot of those lately. Might be a good thing. No spoilers. No spoilers. Later. Jake is now 5-11 on the year. We're gonna get this right. His players were actually better than Sean's. He accumulated 178.5 points. The goalies were big. That's where Jake lost him. He had 7 starts for only 18.8 points. So 2.5 points, 2 point whatever points. I'm not a math guy, but I do know that's not enough to get it done against the champ. He, though, if only his goalies were there, because his top 3 players were the best in the league. Lindholm, 23 points. Zuccarello, 21 points. Buchnevich, 20 points. All over 20. No one else had that. So a loss is a loss is a loss. If it's good, it's bad, it doesn't matter. It's still a loss. And that set the stage. possibly, potentially, for the Breakfast Club and the Comeback Kid. But the Comeback Kid will not let go of that top dog. He had the highest points total of the week with 210.1 over 157.7. We'll start with Christoph. As I said, highest point total of the week. And the goalies this week. Remember last week we were talking about it. We were looking into the backup starting, or was that 2 weeks ago? Anyways, it wasn't really a factor. But this week, every matchup was kind of decided by our goalies. Christoph's had 10 starts, and he took advantage. He went 7-3 for a total of 56.8 points. Bobrovsky led the way on his team, 21.2 points, and Jack Campbell was third in players with 17.6 on his team. In the middle of that was Mark Scheifele with 19.2 points, and his players, he had 6 guys with at least 10 points or more, so getting goals from everywhere, good goaltending. That's how he gets the highest point total of the week. That's how you do it. That's how you keep the Borland backhanders a little nervous. Check in the rear view. That's how you do it. That's how you get it done. Flipping over to Laurent-Pierre. Man, he had to know that this was not a missed opportunity, because Chris had a great week, but the last 2 weeks, Larry had back-to-back games of over 200 points. His team was humming, snapping it around. This week, they kind of put up a dud, lowest point total of the week, and that had to be a gut punch. Just because his team was playing so well, he had the chance to. If he wins, he's done. He's out of there. Jake is locked in last, but cannot get it done. He had no skaters with over 18 points. His highest was Husso. He's a goalie. With 17.9 points. I hope he's a goalie. Pavelski with 15 and Letang with 13.6. And as I said, Chris had 10 goalie starts, did his job. Laurent-Pierre, 9 goalie starts, went 3-5-1. That was a big difference right there. And with Jake losing and Laurent-Pierre losing, sets the table for Timmy Westside to also lose. But Timmy Westside loses 166.5 to the Rubber Puckies, 175.7. I'm sorry, Ken Dog. We're going to start with me because I need some kind of victory. Because they lost, didn't matter what I did. I punched my ticket. I got a partner. We're going square dancing. We're going to the Sadie Hawkins. I'm going to the playoffs, baby. I don't care how I got there. I'm on a 3-game losing streak. Doesn't matter. I'm there. Because if you remember last week, I hold 3-0 tiebreakers against Larry and Jake. Even though Larry can leapfrog me, because Jake can only get a total of 2 more wins, I hold the tiebreaker. I'll see you guys in March, baby. Having said all that, closes on, and sorry, I'm rambling on my team right now, even though I lost. What a loser. close is only good in hand grenades and horse shoes, and there's no good loss. But it was a good loss this week. You know why? Cause McDaddy 22.4 points, Kaprizov, Krill, highest score this week. I'm such a loser for rambling on about my team that lost. Had 23.4 points, top of the league. And I'll take any win I can get, and this is a win. Again, goalies was the biggest thing. Leonard didn't start. Zero, none, no games. That came over the wire late on like Monday. He was day to day, and then no, he's out. So my goalies only had 6 starts, went 4-1-1. If I had Lander, maybe it would have helped. Enough of me. I'm a loser for talking that much about my loser squad. Let's talk about Ken Dog because he is not a loser. Am I talking fast? I should slow down. The first time I ever say that about myself. Sound. Ken Dog, 175.7, improves to 9-7 on the year. And with that win, he locks in his place as 3rd place or better. If all hell breaks loose and the Borland backhanders drop 2 and Chris drops 2, I don't know. I still don't think Ken can contend for first. However, I can't catch him, so he's locked in at 3rd. And how did he do it this week? Say it with me, folks. Goalies. Kemper, 18.8 points. Kachuk, 18. And then Igor Samsonov, Ivan Samsonov, Ian Samsonov, whatever, 16.3 points. His goalies went 6-1. That was the difference. If I only had Leonard, if I'd known, whatever, doesn't matter. That's on me. Ken has been sneaky good lately. If you remember, sneaky good all year, minus the first 3 weeks. Ken went 0-3. We were thinking, oh, Kenny's gonna mail it in again. Not set his lineups, does what he does. I'm sorry. Ken is now 9-4 since then. Well done, Kenny. That's why you're going to the dance as well. So that's all I've got for the recaps. But what does this all mean? As we know, the Borland backhanders 11-5. The comeback kid 10-6. They're still battling. There's 2 weeks left. That top spot, that war still rages. As I said, good callback, Tim. Kenny locked in for 3rd or higher. I'm locked in for 4th, maybe 5th. But enough of us. Enough of the guys going to the dance, getting their shirts ready, getting their suits nice and ironed. You can't iron suits, can you? This coming week, is all about the toilet bowl of all toilet bowls. Holy smokes, boys. The Borland backhanders, they play me. The Rubber Puckies, they play the Comeback Kid. And Burt Macklin's squad travels to the Breakfast Dome. It's not winner take all. It's not winner goes on, loser goes home. It is if Larry does. Larry's up 1 game, and he holds the tiebreaker right now at 2-1 head-to-head. So if Larry wins this, game over. Next week doesn't matter. Jake, you're locked in last. But this is where we get spicy, folks. If Jake wins, then they're tied, 6-10 a pop. The head-to-head doing Tua pop, whatever. Um, and the tiebreaker after that, I don't think it came up last year, but I do remember it came up a couple years ago because I asked. Is points scored throughout the year. Um, as of right now, the Burt Macklin squad has 2,746.2. The Breakfast Club, who is higher, has a lesser amount with 2,696.3 points. Math guy Tim had to do it earlier with a calculator, obviously. A difference of 49.9 points that Jake has over Larry. And this is why I said, Jake, this was a good loss this week because you gained 39.6 points this week, and that's why it was so crushing for Larry's squad to not show up. So that's how it stands right now. And I mean, in terms of like, why is it points or like, whatever. I think the tiebreakers make sense. If there are two teams that are tied, well, how did they do against each other? It was because I had asked that, and then you guys are like, no, it's head to head, and then points. And I mean that it's why we play the game. Herm Edwards, the Jets head coach back in 2003 or something. You know what? We're gonna let him explain it.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
I mean, that's it. Like that's why we play. We play to score points. We create our teams to score points. We don't create them to just get goals or just get goalie wins, or it's combined total team points. That's how you win week in and week out. I know the NHL does like the goals against or something. I don't know. No, I think that's soccer. I'm rambling. It's the one thing we try and control. We try and produce. So head to head, if that's tied, points 4. And right now, Jake has the advantage, but Lair Bear, my brother, just go take care of business. The great teams, they do it. They take care of business. When games need to be won, they get it done. Jacob, chaos, brother. Mix the pot, stir it up, throw it out the window. Let's get crazy. Because after next week, we got one more week. And if Jake wins, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sweating, guys. I'm nervous for you guys for this week. I love it. This is why we play the game. And as always,